About 90% of Ukrainian prisoners of war were tortured. Prosecutor General.
Here's a summary of the article.
According to recent estimates, roughly 90% of Ukrainian prisoners of war have been subjected to torture, rape, threats of sexual violence, or other forms of ill treatment. Quote, "We are finding evidence of these horrors in all the liberated territories. In Kherson Oblast alone, 11 torture chambers have been recorded. In Kharkiv Oblast, investigations are ongoing into almost 100 cases of torture, in which more than 700 victims have been identified." Details. According to the Prosecutor General, 156 suspects have been identified so far, Russian military personnel and representatives of the occupying authorities. Indictments have been filed against 114 people, and 35 have been convicted of torture and ill treatment as war crimes. Ukrainska Pravda is the place where you will find the most up-to-date information about everything related to the war in Ukraine.
This post received a score of 4,400, with an upvote ratio of 97%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
"We are finding evidence of these horrors in all the liberated territories. In Kherson Oblast alone, 11 torture chambers have been recorded. In Kharkiv Oblast. And there are still so many people stuck in Russian-controlled hellholes."
Some of those soldier stories that I read are gut-wrenching. The Russians often mutilate genitals of the Ukrainian soldiers. Sadistic, sick fucks. I am happy that Uncle Sam is generously giving to Ukraine to help root out that evil invader.
I cannot forget one of the videos that came out earlier in the war where some Rusy soldiers held a Ukrainian one down and castrated him while he was screaming. They ultimately killed him in the same video, but all that sadism for what?
Terrorism.
I'm sure some of them will hunt down their torturers after this war is all said and done.
If there is anyone left for the task, this war is going to continue for a long time.
There always will be. Even Nazis got hunted after the war.
Ukraine is about to have a crop of PTSD vets like the world hasn't seen since. Numb.
Even if you're not tortured, just the nature of this war is PTSD inducing. Sitting in trenches while at any one time you can randomly die or be horribly maimed from artillery or drone-dropped grenades. It's like some hybrid of World War I, II with modern surveillance and munition technology sewn in.
Yeah, I guarantee there's gonna be guys who have PTSD from just the sound of those DJI drones flying overhead. It wouldn't surprise me if Ukraine puts some limits on where and when you can use them, in the future.
We must not forgive, we must not forget.
I can't wait until we live in a world where egregious human rights abuse is legitimate reason to take out a government. Like, I know Russia having nukes is the real deterrent, but I'm not certain that NATO would involve itself directly even if that wasn't a threat. It's disgusting what humans are capable of doing to other humans and other sentient beings.
If Russia didn't have nukes, then the US wouldn't have given Ukraine a security pledge back in the 90s to surrender their nukes over to Russian control. Had the US given that security pledge for some other reason and Russia didn't have nukes, it's a sure thing the US would be taking a more active role in the conflict. Absent a prior good faith diplomatic commitment, whether the US gets involved and how deeply would probably depend on the US administration. Even as things stand, the GOP is signaling they'd cut support.
For me, when I see Russians terminated, I don't feel sorry at all. They reap what they sow.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.